was just trying to work out just how big Jameson's farm is. 50 acres, you reckon?
Well, it's got bits all over the place apart from up here. But there's no saying that Wilkes will take it all, though.
No saying it's Jameson's he's going to buy.
Bound to be. No one else round here has that many acres in a lump. I can't see Wilkes wanting anything that's scattered.
I still can't see why Jameson's coming up to see Ma, though.
Well, we'll know before day's out. Oh, how did Peggy take it?
If you mean about the job, I haven't told her.
Oh. I'll best make sure, I suppose. Save building her hopes up. There's no doubt Sir Wilkes will take you on.
Have I to go up and see him, or what?
No, he said he'd get in touch.
I'm surprised you didn't recommend yourself to him.
Suit you much better than me.
I don't want to feel I'm getting in your way.
You're not.
Are you going to stay on here, then? Because you've talked about leaving once or twice.
Well, it depends what will work out.
Ah, but if I go and work for Wilkes and then you leave, there'll be nobody to run this place.
Look, it's Jack's farm, so let him worry about it.
I was thinking of Ma.
She'll manage.
How can she?
Look, we've
She
got our
can't
own
run
lives,
this.
Matt. You're married, you got kids on the way, and there's Peggy fretting about a decent place to live. And I'm not going to spend the rest of my life labouring for Jack's benefit.
They're still your
Look,
mother.
He's got money, we haven't. He's always had his own way while we've had to work. Well, we've looked after farm and we've looked after Ma. Now let him take a bit of responsibility for a change. Look, he can afford it, we can't.
Morning, Amos. You're out early.
Heart's too soft, that's my trouble.
Oh, fresh air won't do any harm. Did you want something?
I told that Jack of yours I'd take his telephone messages. I'd have thought twice about it if I'd known I'd have to turn myself into a telegraph boy to deliver them.
He's up at the house.
Aye, still abed, I bet.
You'd lose on it. He was helping here half an hour back.
Surprised he dirties his hands. You had your breakfast yet?
I'm just going for it.
Well, there's a cup of tea going then. I need it.
A washing machine?
That's it. Time we had one. Going corner over there.
What's made you want one all of a sudden?
Nothing sudden about it. I wanted one for a long time, but I've never had the money. I still haven't got the money, but you have.
Good for you, Ma. But don't tell me you can't afford it.
I thought you disapproved of them, that they didn't do the clothes any good or something.
I've changed my mind. Well, do I get a washing machine, or do you have dirty shirts?
Oh, is this an ultimatum? Or... Hello, what's this?
Amos, there's a message for you.
Read time to be telephoned. I was still abed. Hello, Annie.
Like a cup of tea, I expect.
I'll not say no.
What's the message?
Give me time. Yeah, I'm out of way with cycling, catches me breath.
I could buy you something.
Well, I'd take it kindly. Bacon smells good.
And an egg to go with it.
Oh, aye. And if you could manage a bit of fried bread, it'd help things down. Saves wasting egg yolk.
Sugar's there.
Makes a change for me sitting down to eat with your family. One of the drawbacks of being a bachelor, have to cook your own meals.
Well, you seem to have got your breath back satisfactorily.
Eh?
You have a message for me.
Oh, aye. Do you know, for a minute I couldn't make out what you were on about.
The message!
I'm coming to it. You don't mind t'others hearing?
Oh, for heaven's sake, out with it.
Oh, suit this end. Chap named Bert it were. On telephone.
Bert who?
He said you'd know who coming up today.
Oh, Bart, it must have been Bart.
Bart?
Yeah, what did he say?
I never knew there were such a name. Bart?
It's short for Bartholomew. What's the message?
I thought it were a posh way of saying Bert, you know, Bart. He can't get here till this afternoon, so he'll have to stay a night, and will you please arrange a hotel or something for him?
You have a job finding a hotel in Beckindale.
There's always feathers. They're not very particular.
There, that'll make you feel better.
Ah, nay, Annie, if I had you as cook, I'd open up a few rooms for visitors at Woolpack.
Didn't know you had any.
Haven't, but where village is going, it might be worthwhile building a few on. Glory bloke were down to the day looking round.
Going to make it an hotel, are they?
Yeah, but they're topping of doing place up, modernising, they said.
By which they mean turning it into a real old English country pub. Plastic oak beams, red plastic seats and copper-plated hunting horns
Well,
from
it
Hong
wouldn't
Kong.
do business any harm. Where city folk are taking up cottages and they like a bit of comfort.
Exactly. Imitation country pubs for imitation English gentlemen.
With imitation married men staying in them.
Are you working with me in barn today?
Got something to fix first.
Don't stand on ceremony, do they?
We'll have to. It's his home.
Well, it was different in our home. When I was his age, I had to ask to leave table.
Well, now you know. You can leave this one whenever you like.
Well, nay, if you begrudge me a bite
Oh,
after coming
stop
up...
your waffle, man, and eat up. We've known each other too long to get on a high horse over table manners.
I'm only here to help him out.
I suppose I better see if I can find somewhere in Hottenford, Bart. That's nearest.
Blue Boar's the only place I know of.
Aye, I'll go down the road and telephone them. You going to be long?
Half bite. I'll be there before the...
I'll see you in Woolpack then.
Don't open till 11.
Don't forget washing machine.
When's your birthday?
Well, if you can't remember, today's as good as any time.
Many happy returns.
Aye. Many happy returns, Annie.
Don't be daft. If it were my birthday, I wouldn't be wanting washing machine. That's for work.
Makes work easier, though.
Happen. You done, Matt?
Right. If you want me, I'll be in by.
Here, Harry Jameson's coming to see thee.
He is. But if you're thinking of stringing that out till he turns up, you can think again. I've parlour to tidy in case Jack's friend turns up. So you can eat that up and get on back to Woolpack.
Oh,
It's your dad I want to see. Business.
you better come in then. He's in the bath, but I'll tell him you're here. Would you like some coffee?
No thanks.
He'll be a minute or two, I'm afraid.
Don't mind waiting.
Sure you wouldn't like a cup of something?
No thanks.
Well, you can sit down anyway.
I said I'm all right, thank you.
Joe, I wish we could understand each other better.
Oh, aye.
Don't be like that, Joe. I'd like to be friends with you, really friends. I mean, nothing to do with sex, just friends. Be a great help to me, especially if you're going to work for Father.
You're going to help me with my studies, but as soon as I come up here, you're as good as tell me to stop bothering you.
Sorry.
It's a funny kind of helping friendship, that is.
It was unforgivable of me. I'm sorry.
Well, why did you do it, then?
My helping you could be taken the wrong way. If not by you, then by others.
Like Jack?
It doesn't matter who. I always seem to be getting on the wrong side of your family, and I don't want to get involved anymore.
Trouble is, everyone treats me like I don't know what the rest of the world's about.
It's the same with me. Except in my case, I think they're right. I get more bewildered by it every day.
Sorry to keep you, Joe. Cup of coffee would be welcome. How about you, Joe?
Well, I wouldn't mind one now if it's no trouble.
Got to do something to earn your keep, fellow.
All right, I can take a hint. Make sure he pays you the proper rate for the job, Joe.
Been having a little chat, have you? Well, sit down. No point in wearing your feet out.
Thank you.
Thought over the proposition, eh?
I have.
Carefully, I hope.
Very carefully.
Well, of course you have. Daft question, really. Well, maybe you are young, but you're not a child. If you were, or I thought you were, I wouldn't have offered you the job in the first place. It's a very responsible position. Well, you know that as well as I do. Better, in fact, because you understand farming. I don't. I understand how money works. But it's your judgment I shall be relying on to get the practical side of things
Well,
sorted
Mr.
out.
Wilson...
No, let me have my say. Then you can talk, and I'll listen. Now, if we've got to work together, we've got to get the ground cleared between us. Now, the first thing has got nothing to do with the job itself. It's about marrying. Now, I don't give a damn who she marries, as long as it's a chap she wants and he can make her happy. And if she wants you, I'll not stand in her way. Or yours. But she's made it quite clear to me that she doesn't. And me offering you this job has got nothing to do with that one way or the other. I've been brutally frank, and I'm sorry if I've hurt your feelings, but if we're to work together, we've got to be able to talk honestly together, man to man. Do you still want the job?
No.
I read you wrong. I thought you were the sort of chap as liked plain speaking.
Oh, I do, and I'd like to work for you, Mr. Wilkes, but I want you to give that job to Matt. He's a much better man for it than me, and besides, he needs it more.
Ah, heck, lad. He may need the job more than you do, but better man, never.
It's all fixed then.
Like hell it is. He's turned the job down. He is a grand lad.
down here?
I've been calling for the last 10 minutes.
Hey, hardly that.
Well, I should know how long I've been calling.
I was up with you not 5 minutes ago.
Oh, were you? Oh, well, time goes when you're in bed, you don't know.
And I told you I was going to Hens.
Oh, did you?
I had it.
Oh, well, that was my mistake. I thought you said you'd been out.
What are you looking for, anyway?
Paper?
That's last week's. I gave you this week's for breakfast.
Oh, well, last week's I wanted. I hadn't seen it.
Must be feeling better anyway.
Oh,
Getting up.
I shall feel right as rain in a day or so.
Dad, not hungry, are you?
No. Oh, you don't feel like eating when you're poorly.
Oh, watch out for crumbs, will you? We don't want to encourage mice.
Young Peggy, isn't it? Keeping well?
You're not grumbling.
Hard time for a woman, childbearing.
Well, many a day since you were here.
Aye, that's true, Annie. I did mean to come and pay me respect when Jacob died, but then Branaway littered, and with her way of laying on him, well, I had my hands full, you know how it is.
I doubt if he'd have thanked you anyhow. You were hardly best of neighbours.
That was no fault of mine, Annie. I always dealt honestly with your husband all his life. I never knowingly did him wrong.
If Dad weren't dead already, hearing that would have killed him.
I hear Jack inherited.
You did? What'd you come about, Harry?
Just for a chat, you know, just old time, to see how you're getting on without Jacob.
Oh, aye.
New chap up to Inglebrook seems a hard case.
Oh, you met him then?
Well, yes, he doesn't seem short of a quid or two, does he?
I've never asked him, and he's never mentioned it either.
Oh. They tell me Jack's done very well, you know, made a lot of brass up in London.
He was always a bright lad.
He's, not about, is he?
No.
Oh, pity.
Did you want to see him particularly?
Oh, no, not particularly, just to say hello again, you know, and see how he is.
Oh, he's fine.
Aye. I like to hear that, you know. I like to hear young folks doing well. Although I was very surprised when he inherited farm, you know, him and Jacob not being, well, not getting on too well, as you might say.
Happened they didn't. But last thing Jacob would want would be for the farm to go out of family.
Aye, but he could have left it to you, couldn't he? Or young Joe.
Well, he didn't.
Oh, not even a part interest.
Harry Jameson, I don't know what you're up to, but if you've come here to cross-examine me about our family's private affairs, you're out of luck. We'll mind our business, you mind yours.
Just taking a neighbourly interest.
Only interest you ever had is in lining your own pocket. So if you got something to say, come out with it and stop digging about.
Oh, you're a hard woman, Annie. Always were.
Aye, and always will be. Now, what you come to find out?
Nothing. Matter of fact, I came to tell you something. Fella from Inglebrook wants to buy my farm.
Well, that's between him and you. What's it to us?
Oh, well, I mean, with my land and his land, he'd be all round you on all sides except yon road. I wondered how you'd like that, perhaps not getting on with him too well.
Like or not. Nothing we could do about it.
Oh? Well, if Jack's got the cash handy, I could sell to him, couldn't I?
Matt, I fixed it. Wilkes wants to see you about taking job. It's as good as yours. What's the matter? Oh, you're not still worried about leaving here, are you?
Did you tell Wilkes I'd take it?
Don't be daft, Matt. Think of yourself for once.
Did you tell him, Joe?
No, I didn't. You will, won't you? You'll be a good boss, Matt. Doesn't mess you about. Look, you must take it. Peggy'll never forgive you if you don't.
Peggy doesn't know, does she?
You're not going to tell her?
I don't know. I reckon I ought to have it out with Jack first, see what he's going to do.
It doesn't matter what Jack's going to do. You'll never get another chance like this again. You must take it.
Oh, why don't you?
We've been into all that. It's tailor-made for you. It's a gift.
Same could be said for you.
No, it couldn't. Besides, I've other ideas what I want to do.
Right, like leaving here.
Maybe. Don't know. But I want to do something. Well, you want that job, don't you?
I'm tempted. But I'll not leave mine in the lurch.
And what about Peggy?
Comes to the crunch. I don't reckon she'd want me to either.
Will you take the job if I was staying on here, is that it?
Aye, that'd be different.
All right then. I'm staying. There you are. I was never going to leave anyway.
You weren't?
No. Well, at least where I was, but changed my mind. That's one thing about Wilkes. Doesn't treat you like a kid. Makes you see things different.
What things?
Jack, for one. There's a couple of things I want to sort out with him. Man to man. You'll see.
Thing of beauty's a joy forever, eh? Hello. Do you find it a thing of beauty? No, not really, but I have to earn a living. Oh, how would you earn it if you had a choice? Oh, much as I do now, you know. Metalwork, gates, wrought iron, you know. Forge work, much like that. The crafts of old England, eh? Oh, demand's growing for 'em, quite a bit, as a matter of fact. City folk come into the forge wanting stuff made. You'd be surprised. Oh, I don't know. Inside every English urbanite, there's a little noddy waiting to escape into Toyland. You ought to write that down. It's been said before. Did you start this sort of work as soon as you left school? No, I went about a bit. Nothing much, just labouring. Where I made a bit, saved a bit. Enough to buy forge when old Tommy Folks died. Do you remember him? Yeah. Yes, I do. He used to do a lot of welding up at farm. I used to watch him after school. Oh, that's right. It were a smithy with that place for, 200 years. I think that's what I liked about it. I've always had a soft spot for smithies. I don't know why. You're a romantic, I expect. Your vision of content, honest sweat, honest toil, village life, and the chestnut tree. Longfellow has a lot to answer for. Aye, maybe. I think I prefer romantics to cynics, though. You wouldn't know from your bookshelves. Oh, I don't just read what I like, you know. Meaning you don't like all that you read? Oh, a good book's a good book. I admire a lot of writers I don't like.
I'm looking for Sugden's farm.
Bart, hello, so you got here.
I thought that local yokel looked remarkably like Jack Sugden. Is this your brother?
He's got a peculiar sense of humour. Frank Blakey, old school chum.
Oh, I didn't know you'd been to school. How'd you do? Bart Ansett. It's the way he mangles those infinitives. God, I'm hungry. Where's this mill of yours?
Do you want to see it now?
Well, might as well. That's why I'm here. Did you fix me a bed?
Yes, I did. And
Good. Let's see the mill first, then we can talk. And eat. I'm starving.
Come on, get it down, yeah. Come on.
Well, I thought you'd like it.
Oh, I never thought being pregnant would make me so lazy.
Oh, it's natural. Carry more weight, isn't it?
If I'm like this now, how am I going to be when I'm really big?
Not to worry. Hey, I've got a bit of news for you. Wilkes is going to buy old Annie Jameson's farm.
You mean he thinks he is?
Do you mean he won't sell?
It depends.
What on?
Well, Jameson was here this morning asking if our Jack would be interested.
What, in buying his place?
Mum says truth of the matter is, Jameson was looking for a chance to play one off against t'other and boost price up.
Be like him.
Not as I reckon he's much hope with our Jack. He don't know what to do with this place, let alone having Jameson's tagged onto it. But Wilkes hasn't bought it yet, that's for sure.
Well, I better get back to Joe.
Is that all the news you had?
Oh, that's all. Take it easy, love.
Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on.
You did say you'd come too.
Aye, I did. But on reflection, better not. You'll find plenty of people your own age on a cruise. I'd only be in the way.
You mean you'd rather stay here and get all this organised?
I've got a lot to sort out. A lot to learn.
You know, Joe was quite a different person when he left.
Made of good stuff, that lad. I treated him like an adult. That brought it out. It always does. If it's there in the first place, of course.
I'm sorry in a way that... Here is Joe.
Hello, Joe.
Hello.
What's up?
Thought I'd better tell you, Mr. Wilkes. Looks like Harry Jameson's trying to pull a fast one.
Only mention it because I promised your old dad that I'd give him first refusal on the farm if ever I decided to sell. He were right keen to have it, you know. Always honoured me about it.
I'd like to know how he'd have paid for it.
Well, that'd have been his business, wouldn't it? As far as I'm concerned, I am just keeping my word to a dead man, you understand.
Is this the land at the back of the mill, up the hill?
That's right. It were all part of my field estate at one time. See, my land, Wilkes's and Sugden Farm was all one once. Mind you, I'm not pressing it. I could easily find another buyer. I'm just keeping my
I know, just keeping your word.
Yes.
What do you think? Well, it would set off the mill. But of course, it's the cost.
Well, I'll leave you to think on it. I've got pig to feed.
Can I come up and have a look round tomorrow?
Aye, certainly, any time. But I'll need to know what they're thinking, right? Quick.
Got something else in mind, have you, my dear?
Aye. Aye, I've got me plans. Well, I'll see you tomorrow.
About 3, probably.
Aye, that'll do well. It's a grand bit of property. Well worth looking at.
It's a sly one, I'd say.
You'd be right.
If Grandad can eat like that, he ought to be up.
Oh, leave him be. It keeps him from under my feet. He's enjoying himself. Not a car?
Sounds like it. Jack and his pal.
Oh, thought they'd given up. Have to lay another place.
Won't to eat here.
Hey, what's he look like?
Couldn't see properly, but judging by size of car, he'll expect waiter service.
If he wants anything, he'd have to take what there is.
Sorry I'm late, Ma. We had a bit of...
God, food.
Ma, this is Bart.
Ansett, how do you do, Mrs. Sugden? Were you expecting us?
Well, yes and no, but you're welcome to eat if you want.
Thank you, that's very good of you. Take care of this for me, would you, my dear? Good evening, everybody. The formal introductions can wait till later. This camera looks too delicious, may I? Thank you. A little salad, I think.
Take that for Dad, will you?
He's quite harmless, really.
Then that an egg, and homemade bread by the look of it, and butter. A gourmet's delight. You're a worthy mother of your famous son, Mrs. Sugden.
You say famous, son?
Well, of course. Very famous. After all. Didn't you know? Ah. Oh, my dear. Well, I'm always putting my foot in it. The mustard. Do you mind?